In this second use case, I will show you how to expose and protect a private application. In the previous use case, I explained how to expose and protect, thanks to F5 Distributed Cloud WAAP, an application exposed on the internet with a public FQDN or a public IP address. Now let's talk about multi-cloud. When an application is either not exposed on the internet, so behind a firewall, behind a router, behind a load balancer with a private IP address, or when the application is exposed in several locations, several environments. Let's say the front end in Azure or AWS, and the backend, the database on premises in a secure environment. So let's have a look on what is a WAAP. Okay, so it will be very short, but very quickly. In the previous video, I explained what is WAAP, Web Application and API Protection. First, it's a WAF, negative and positive security, machine learning, threat intelligence. This is our WAF and behavioral WAF. Second pillar, bot protection, basic bot protection based on pattern and signatures, or advanced bot protection thanks to Shape bot defense. Third pillar, DDoS protection, volumetric, layer 3, layer 4, application, layer 7. And the last pillar is API protection, API security. Most of the modern applications are API first, API driven, so it's important for SecOps to be able to protect all API endpoints and detect shadow APIs. So let's have a look on the use case. As I told you, now my application is not exposed anymore on the internet. We used to have an application on the internet. Now my application is internal, is private, with a private IP address. And with F5 Distributed Cloud and multi-cloud, I can simplify deployment for the NetOps and the SecOps. So in the previous video, in the previous case, I presented the regional edge, the POPs that F5 owns, physical POPs. Now let's talk about the customer edge. The customer edge is an extension of the F5 global network. It's an edge, it's a POP deployed by the customer, by you, in the customer environment. An environment can be a data center or a public cloud, a VNet, a VPC, a public environment. So here, let's say we have an application here with a private IP address running in Azure. And some piece of the application, let's say the database, is running on premises in a secure environment. In both locations, I deploy a CE, a customer edge, straightforward from the console. Directly from the console, I can deploy an edge, a node, into a public cloud environment. And if it is a private environment, I can do it easily with an image. When the CE is booted, and after 5 minutes, the customer edge will initiate 2 IPsec or SSL tunnel with 2 regional edge. Okay, makes sense. This CE is platform as a service. So the F5 Distributed Cloud platform will manage this extension, this customer edge. So the CE will initiate 2 tunnels. Let's say if I deploy a CE in France, one tunnel will be with Paris, a second one with Frankfurt or London. Okay. And at this moment, I don't have 20 POPs. I have 21 POP. And if I had a second one in my data center because I want to extend my network with my data centers, I'm gonna have 22 POPs. So it's very easy for NetOps and SecOps to extend the F5 global networks thanks to the customer edge. And this customer edge is managed by F5, deploy, upgrade, updated by F5. And as this customer edge is directly connected to the private network, now SecOps and NetOps can expose the application directly on the global network. From a SecOps point of view, in my console, it's an application. And it doesn't matter if it is an internet exposed application, if it's a private application, it's an application. So I just will expose my application on the global network, freewf5.com for instance, and I will apply my WAAP policy. That's it. This is WAAP in a multi-cloud environment. Thanks for watching.